pretty cool on the compost pile we did with the leaves over the weekend. Been a couple of days here, and check this out. We got a compost thermometer down in here. We're sitting about 114 degrees. You know, the air temperature today is mid 60s. So got an active compost pile here. Good afternoon, Jason here, Birchfield Family Farm. What an incredible weather day we have today. Early to mid-November here, and we're pushing close to 70 degrees. Sunny, a little bit of a breeze. Wow. There will not be many of these left, I don't think, this year, but you never know. You never know anymore. We have tons going on today, Monday here on the farm. I want to talk today some about our St. Croix breeding and how we do that, some of the steps that we take to do that this time of year. You know, normally we don't breed, we don't put the ram in with the ewes until Black Friday, but I think we're going to go a little earlier this year. And got a few reasons for that. We'll get into all that, but let's head out here and take a look at what's going on around the ranch today before we talk sheep. Okay, out here on the Mooies today, Paddock 1. There's some good soil coming out the back end. We got about 2 days out of this Paddock 1 here, and they're hollering today, so I'm gonna throw them out of square for early to mid-November. 2 days of grazing on a 1/4 acre paddock. Wow, look at her bag. Yeah, we're definitely bagging up. That's exciting. Still no calf yet, but I'm saying sometime this month. Do you think so, Em? Sometime this month. She is just awful big. We'll keep you posted on that. We're gonna get this square thrown out here. Just taking a look at this paddock number 1 here. We'll move tomorrow, but you can see they've got a lot of this eaten down. But you notice these patches where it's real high, and we still got good grass there. But what's going on there is if you go over and you dig, see, there's an old cow path there, and so we're losing a lot of grazing ground. When these pats go unbroken up, you know, they stay there for several of our 30-day rotation cycles. And so, you know, I want to continue to explore and continue to experiment with natural ways to bust up these pats. The best way, I think, if you've seen our video on roosters, running roosters out here, I think the hens do an even better job of busting through these, maybe following hens, some kind of a, you know, a mini egg mobile out here. Not a ton of them, but you know, they're only 1/4 acre paddocks. Maybe put some grain down following behind the cattle, put some grain down in the pats to kind of train them. I don't know. And then collect our eggs from out here. It'd be a lot more work, but it would certainly, I think, justify breaking up these pats and getting that optimal grazing, you know, each rotation. Just a shot from behind here. Oh man, look at that boiler. What do you think, Sarah? She gonna calf soon?
Probably.
Looks like she's bagging up today, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Okay, first things first today, we have got to take our ram. We still have the rams on the garden. We have got to pull one off and put him in with the ewes. Obviously that means getting in there and doing the wrestling match with Fritz. So we've got an idea here on how to go about this. I think we're gonna string an electronet out and see if we can separate Sunny out of the bunch. Let's have a go at it. Come on, Sunny. Why is the grass in the yard such a treat? Yeah, he's been in the garden getting hay, so this grass is gonna taste. Okay, so we've got Sunny wrangled into the small pen here outside of the hay barn. Let's talk sheep. Let's talk sheep breeding on these St. Croix. You know, we normally put the ram in with the ewes Black Friday. I'm wanting to go early this year, and I'm wanting to do that for a couple different reasons. The main one being we had some trouble this past year with lambs being about 60 days old right at mid-July. So this created what I think was kind of a perfect storm that happened. We had some really, really dry weather, and then we got like almost an inch of rain at one time. And that's when we did lose a few lambs this past year. And I think, you know, that was could have been for a few different reasons, but I think, you know, at that age, you know, lambs are kind of trying to come into their own, and mamas are kind of kicking off a little bit. So sort of a natural weaning process happening. And then I think we had high parasite loads, coccidia, all that stuff kind of comes up when you get a big rain, and we had that really dry spell. So I want to go a little earlier this year, and I want them to be past 30 days when we get into that heat of July here, and just kind of see how that goes. I know it's really going to be a pain messing with these guys in the cold. Yeah, April's going to have some cold weather, and so we'll probably deal with some not so fun stuff there, but you know, lambs should be out. They should be on pasture by the time we hit the really green flush, which, as you know, for grass fed, that's important because we want mamas to have that maximum sustenance for milk production, you know, off that really green lush pasture. So we want to time that up about right. Hey, buddy. So Sunny the sheep is not our primary ram that we use for breeding. Our herd sire in the past has been a ram that we call Fritz. And Fritz was with our original sheep purchase back in 2018. And Fritz has been awesome. He's done his job every single year, done great. I think he's about 3 to 4 years old now. The reason for introducing Sunny this year is because we're getting into that third generation here. And, you know, as the old saying goes, it's called line breeding when it works and inbreeding when it doesn't, okay? So what happens when you continue to put your same ram over your existing ewes? Well, lots of different things can happen, but mainly your traits are going to be magnified, okay? So the good traits will be magnified, but also those bad traits can be magnified as well. And I think, you know, from a producer, a seller standpoint, having a second bloodline in a ram, I think that's a good move. I think it's good to get fresh blood in there. We've had some experience with introducing the rams to the ewes and marking them, what works, what doesn't. Why even mark a ram to begin with? The answer to that is because you can tell then exactly when the ewes were bred, and you can count out exactly 150 days from when we come out and we see the mark on the rear end of the ewe. We know that is probably when she was bred, depending on how strong of a color of a mark we've got. So we can count on 150 days and know exactly when we're going to have lambs. This is valuable especially since we're going to be lambing in April this year. I want to know exactly when they're going to hit the ground so I can have things prepared, especially if the weather's bad. So one thing that we have done is there's all kinds of ways you can mark. There's stuff you can buy called rattle. You can rub that on. There's a breeding harness, okay? Breeding harness we had some experience with. That's originally what these crayons go in. They slip in a breeding harness. It goes around him. We tried one of those one year on Fritz, and Fritz got tangled up and actually hurt his leg. So were we doing it right or wrong? I don't know. What we ended up doing is we just pulled the crayon out of the harness, and this is what we use now. So all we do is we take this crayon and we just rub this all down the mane here. We're just gonna color him blue like a Smurf. Put it on nice and thick. And again, there's other products you can buy for this. This is what works for us. So we're gonna color him up nice and pretty for his ladies. Okay, we have Sunny all smurfed up here. I got some on me too. Let's talk a bit about, actually letting the ewes out here. What's important to know about St. Croix ewes, or I believe any sheep in general, is the estrus cycle is around 17 days. So when we let the ewes out, if they're not in a certain part of that cycle, they will not stand for him. So what does this mean? It means that he'll try and get up on their backside and they'll run off. And this is usually the most common thing that we see. Now, for a very short period of that cycle, a day, they say, or so, we should, he should be able to mount them. They should stand for him is what it's called. And when he does that, obviously that's when he'll put the mark on their back end. It'll be blue. And then we come out that day, we make note of that mark. 150 days will be the due date that we mark down. This has worked pretty well for us in the past. Let's get the ewes out here and see how everybody interacts. Okay, Sam's gonna let the ewes out here. Sonny, what do you think, buddy? Ready? All right, Sammer, go ahead. He's coming in. You want to chase him out, Sam? Chase him out here. Okay, doing some sniffing here. Come on. Come on out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we are sniffing. See, there, he's already trying, and you can see she's just not going to stand. Yep. So this is very, very normal behavior. Again, to be successful, we're going to have to hit that certain period of the cycle for them to stand for him. Not going to happen here today, probably. He's going to drive them nuts, huh? No, don't even try it. No. They make all kinds of colors that you can put in those breeding harnesses. We use blue, and I think I will get a green, probably to use on our other ram, Fritz. But why? We ordered a red originally, so I have a blue and a red. I will not use red. Why? We're out here on a busy road in the front pasture, and I just know, if I marked a ram red and he did his thing and everybody had red all over him, I know we'd get people pulling in off the road, telling us our sheep were bleeding, they were hurt, they got attacked by a coyote. Not doing it. So the red crayon was kind of worthless to us. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that. Learn from our mistakes. Buy a blue or a green.
Everywhere.
I think he's getting winded.
Yeah.
He's gonna wear himself out, huh?
good tonight.
Yes, he will. Hey, just a side note here too, if you're on a family homestead, you're doing this as a family, raising animals and such, this is a great way to introduce and explain the reproductive cycle, right? You know, rather than the kids on the bus getting to explain it to your children, the farm provides a very easy, natural way here to have this talk. You know, all my kids are pretty versed in what's happening here. This is the way God made things, and it's wonderful. Get him, Sonny. If you're a new homesteader, new to breeding St. Croix sheep, I have never actually, to my knowledge, seen a successful breeding. It's just usually, I guess, maybe happens at night or when I'm not here or whatever. So just be encouraged if you're new at this and you don't see it. It doesn't seem like the ewes are standing for him. You know, one day you'll show up and they'll be blue on the rear end, all the way up the back, and you know, that's how we know. Just a quick note here too. You can see a little bit of blue on her back end there. That is not acceptable as a breeding mark. You're looking for a spot all the way up, just a solid blue spot on the back there. Hey, thanks for watching today. I hope this info helps somebody out. You know, this is all stuff we learned just from doing things sometimes the hard way and living and learning. So hopefully this aids someone, maybe someone new. You know, give us a shout with any questions or comments, or I'm sure there are definitely ways that we can improve. Maybe you can share something that will benefit everyone. So thanks for watching today.